Big Lance off the yard, man. What's good, y'all? Boy, I tell you, everybody got some war stories from the penitentiary, right? But we got some funny stories too, man. I'm gonna tell you one today. One thing I can't stand is a lie, man. And a lot of times you'll get a cellie, right, who come in there telling all types of war stories and shit he ain't do. Sort of like some of these YouTube cats, man, right? So there was an old show back in the day called In Living Color, man. And there was a clown on there named Homie the Clown. And Homie the Clown had this, like, sock that he'd hit people with, man. When they would do some shit he ain't like. Well, I made myself a homie don't play that sock. And what I did was, I drew a little face on it, shit, with these little cross eyes with a big smiley face, and it said, homie don't play that. And I always slept on the top bunk because I didn't like another man looking down on me, and I damn sure as hell didn't want to have to try to get up out of bottom bunk if I had to catch some wreck real quick. Well, there was a dude in there one day. He's telling me all these stories, and he's been telling me stories for a while, man. So I'm listening. I'm laying up there with my hands behind my head, and he's telling, going on and on and on and on. So in this sock, I would fill about a quarter way up with baby powder, man. So when you'd hit somebody with it, the baby powder would blow up, right? So anyway, man, he's going on and on. So finally, I just had enough of that bullshit. And I swung that goddamn sock down off that top bunk and hit him right in his eyeballs, man. Oh, I had tears rolling down my face, man. That shit was funny as oh, it was the funniest thing ever. He jumps up out the bed and he runs to the front of the, and he was a dark-skinned dude, man. So he runs over to the, because I just swatted him. I said, man, shut up, and hit him with the damn thing. And runs over, when he turned around, he had all that white powder all over his face, in his eyes, his eye sockets, like his eyelids was all pink and shit from trying to wipe that baby powder out of his eyes. Homie, don't play that, man. Homie, don't play that. And I said, man, this shit makes me sick when I see these dudes, man, and I listen to some of the shit these cats are saying on YouTube. It ain't none of that shit happen. You ain't got a lot to kick it, man. You know what I'm saying? And I tell that story because, when I was in prison, man, I was on my last bid. I've been 3 times, but on this last bid, I had, there was a lot of younger dudes that would kind of, hang around me and shit, man, because, I've been to prison. I kind of knew I knew the ropes. And they were, they come in, it's their first time, man, and the younger dudes, it's a little intimidating for a young man coming into prison with all these grown-ass dudes, tattoos all over their face and head, yoked out, huge, you know what I'm saying? So the biggest thing I would always, impede upon them is honesty, dude. Honesty and loyalty are real big attributes that I think every man, young or old, should have. And that's why I had my homie don't play that sock, man, because I would carry that thing around with me in the pod and I'd hit people with it. And it was funny. But if you find yourself in a situation where you're telling a bunch of lies and you're fabricating things, that means you're not happy with yourself. It means you're not proud of the things you're doing in life. And, the old saying, like I said before, man, you ain't got a lot to kick it. If you're not happy with the way your life is going and you're making up shit to tell people, oh, I did this last night or I did that, then, man, there's only one surefire way to fix that, man. And that's just to change the things you're doing. Do things, and I say this all the time, y'all. I say it all the time. Be proud of your actions. Be proud of yourself. before you even do something, whether it's right or wrong. Most of us know what right or wrong. You know what I mean? So make the right decisions. Don't lower your standards, man, to impress anybody else. Make them raise their standards to be around you. And I'm gonna tell you like this. I was guilty of that shit for a long time, man. A lot of times when I was young, I would do things outside of my character, or things that I knew I wasn't supposed to be doing to impress people. And I see even grown men just fabricate shit for no apparent reason whatsoever, man. And I call them on it. And the one thing I've learned in life is motherfuckers don't like to be told about themselves, dude. They really don't like that shit. They don't. I don't like it. People tell me about myself, man. You know, I don't like it, but I deal with it, and I can accept constructive criticism. That's something else people need to do, especially men, because that pride eats at us. And somebody might say, hey, man, you need to check yourself. I got a real good homeboy of mine, man, that, you know, he's real quiet, but when I do some old fuck shit, he will hit me up and be like, bro, you need to check yourself. That shit wasn't gangster, man. That wasn't gangster. You need to stop doing that. Or, you know, when I first came home out of prison, you know, I was new to the social media thing, Facebook, and I was blasting a lot of my personal life on Facebook. And a couple of the homies were like, look, dog, you can't do that because you're giving people too much. Don't give people too much of your personal life. You know what I'm saying? If you and your significant other are fighting, don't tell everybody about it, man. Keep that shit between y'all, man. There's nothing worse than when somebody is in a relationship and every time you and your girl get in a fight or you and your man get in a fight, you got to go run tell this person. You got to go run tell that person. For what? That shit ain't got nothing to do with them, man. That's not even their lane. Don't give people too much ammunition against you, man, because people are slick. People are shady, man. They will bring that shit back up later on and use it against you, man. You know what I'm saying? Be private in your private affairs. That's how I feel about shit. You know? I had a lot of comments on people, man, just you guys inspire me in so many different ways, man. You know what I noticed about this group is that not only are we interactive, but if you go into our comments, people are literally, spilling their guts, man. They're on there saying their whole story in a comment, dude. Do you know how awesome that is? How deep that is? If you go on a lot of these other dudes' channels that you see, or a lot of these other people's channels, there's a lot of comments. Yeah, they might get 37,000 comments, but those comments are like, what's up, bro? Or good shit, bro. Or just little one-liners. But off the yard, man, holy shit. These people are like telling their stories. They're getting it off their chest. They're starting to deal with a lot of the things that they've been holding in that basement down here for so long, man. You know what I mean? So get that shit out the basement, man. You got to release that shit. You know, if you keep letting pressure build, what's the old saying, man? Pressure bust pipes. And I think that's a lot of reason why people explode, and that's a lot of reason why people give up. That's a lot of reason why a lot of these motherfuckers go back, because you get to a point in your life, man, you're getting to a point where things are so hard and they're stacking up and they're stacking up and they're stacking up, and you don't know how to deal with it. But you have to learn to deal with it, because that's what being an adult is. That's what being a man is. Being an adult is learning how to deal with your shit. You know? Don't go the bitch route. Nah, don't go the bitch route and say, well, fuck it, man. Because, look, and I'm going to say it like this, and I've been wanting to make a video about this. It is real hard for a person who is used to fast money, for a person who is used to the instant gratification we talk about a lot, and Like out here in the world when you're struggling and you're waiting on that paycheck, that fucking 2 weeks or that week, and you're gonna have to be late on this bill, you're gonna have to be late on the car payment because you ain't got the money, because you ain't worked for so many hours. What's the first thing that pops in y'all's head, man? Huh? First thing that popped in my head for a long time was shit. Get the pack. Go rob somebody. You know? And when I first came out of prison, I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you I was a saint, because I sure enough wasn't. It's gonna take you a lot of time. It's gonna take you a lot of being uncomfortable to change that mindset. This shit is ingrained in us. This shit is born into us because of that repetitive day-to-day process that we were doing, just like anything else. You know, it was a taught thing. It wasn't something that we were born with. Nobody comes out the womb talking about, let's go get our hustle on. You learn that from what you saw as a child growing up, or you learn that from who you were around, who you were associated with. You know, and a lot of it wasn't y'all's fault, man. You know, like a lot of your past is not your fault. And it's not fair. But nobody said it was gonna be fair. You know, I hear a lot of, it makes me so agitated when I hear people say, well, that's not fair. It's just not fair. I'm not gonna deal with that. It's not fair. Listen, dude, life ain't fair. You ain't always gonna get a fair shake, man. So stop being a pussy. Stop being a pussy. It used to kill me when I'd see these thugged out, tattooed teardrops all over their face, so-called fucking gangsters, crying about something not being fair. Or this man got more than him. It ain't fair. He got more than me. When you see it, you know, and that goes right along the line with people hating. You know what I'm saying? People always, I got people in the comments hating on me. And I want to tell each and every one of y'all, first of all, I appreciate it when y'all say, man, don't let that shit bother you, because it does bother me. And somebody said in the comments, oh, man, you trying to be hard and show these people you hard. Nah. But because when I was like, you know, basically addressing them, like, listen, man, I'm stupid. I'm fucked up in the head. Like, if you push me to a certain point, man, shit gets weird. You know what I mean? So it wasn't I was trying to show them I was hard, man. I was trying to prove a point. Like, I was still teaching a lesson in that segment, man. I was talking about don't always push people that you don't know, because you don't know everybody. What you see is not always what it is. You know? It's taken me a long time to get to this point in my life, to learn humility, to learn patience, to learn how to walk away from shit. It was one of the hardest things I ever had to learn, man, was walking away from shit. But it's necessary. Remember that thing we talked about, priorities, necessities, and wants? Walking away from shit is a necessity if you want to stay out of prison. Now, I know I get on here a lot of times and I'm hooping and hollering and shit and yelling and screaming at the camera. And there's a reason why I do it. Because I feel like some people need to hear it like that. I try to talk to you in ways that I feel like touches each person, because not everybody learns the same. Not everybody accepts knowledge and information the same way. Some people, you gotta beat that shit into them. So we're gonna go with the old, if it don't apply, let it fly, okay? Because if you're watching one of the videos and you're not really getting the message out of it, then that video ain't for you. If you like a more calm, relaxed tone, shit, check out something like that. But I do like this saying, though, man. We've been talking about having something else that we're going to say in the intros here, man. Prison rules apply. And I forget the person that said it in the comments, but I like that shit because there are certain guidelines and codes that you go by in prison that can't relate to out here, you know? And if people live by that shit for real, they would get along a lot better. So many times you get out of prison, you forget all that shit. So many times you get out of prison, you right back to your old self. It's like you never even left. Let's go look up the old friends. Let's go show everybody how big I am. Let's go show everybody that didn't write me or send me money or let me call them on the phone. Let's go show them how great I am now. I used to be like that. I'm going to tell you this last time, though, I ain't looked near one of them up. I mean, if I see somebody that I used to fuck with out there, I'm not mean and shit. You know, I'm not going to be that dude that's going to be like, oh, you didn't write me. You didn't. I ain't even worried about it. Ain't that serious. Fuck it. I know what type of dude you are. Or what type of girl you are. But don't get it fucked up, man. A lot of people come home, and the reason they go right the fuck back is because they went right where they were when they left. Why would you go right back to where you started? So you went through all that shit. You went through all that shit in prison, doing all that time, eating fucking ramen noodle dinners and shit, just to go right back to where you started? That's like running a race backwards, man. That's like buying a car with only 3 wheels. What the fuck? Nah, not the kid. Not this time. So prison rules apply, man. We're going to run this shit with integrity and honesty. And we're going to carry ourselves like honorable people. All right? Last but not least, man, I want to tell you that I've been talking to some people about getting some t-shirts and hats, some sweatshirts made. I think it's going to say off the yard on it, man, with like a little picture or something, man. Let me know if you'd be interested in that. Because I'm gonna, I ain't trying to invest a whole lot of money if people don't want it. But want each and every one of y'all to have a positive evening, man. Spend that time with the family. Spend that time with the people that matter the most to you. What's up, bud? And don't sell yourself short, man. Those are the moments in your life that memories are made from. Okay? Those are the moments in your life that matter, man. All that other shit gonna come. All that other shit gonna happen. But spend that time with your family, man. Spend that time with them people that want you to succeed, that want you to do better in your life. Don't waste this time on earth surrounding yourself with people that don't give a fuck about you, man. That don't make sense. Most people want that gain, man. They want that, whatever they can get from you, man. You go broke, see how many friends you got. It's going to be a lot different, man. All right, man, I'm going to jump off here. Guess what, man? We hit 5,000. Yup. Love it. But if you ain't already, man, hit that subscribe button, man. I know we just chopping it up on this video, but we got a lot of good content here, man. I just felt like talking to the people. Took me a little walk. Go out here and get these kids right, get them ready for dinner. Do the old father thing. Y'all stay up, man. Stay out. Be positive. See y'all in the morning as usual.